is why 2-5, Chase, Jay, I'm already feeling like Cowboys. I feel sick for y'all. One, I hated that Zack Martin retired because he's one of the last of the old guard just gone. That's my first thing. Second thing that hit me 2-5, I was like, y'all realize Cowboys, you got nothing out of Tyron Smith, Zack Martin, Travis Frederick. The Eagles got 3 Super Bowl appearances out of their Hall of Fame right tackle, Lane Johnson.
Come on now.
They got 2 Super Bowl appearances out of their duo in Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson. They got a Super Bowl appearance out of Lane Johnson and Jason Peters and Cowboys. You had Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer, Zack Martin, Hall of Famer, Travis Frederick, Ring of Honor player, and you don't even get a championship game appearance out of that.
Yeah.
So the
35
starting
years.
macro.
We can't say nothing, though.
James.
They got good players.
You got good play.
What they get?
But think about it, like Eagles had a Hall of Famer in Lane Johnson and a Hall of Famer in Jason Kelce. They got 2 Super Bowl appearances out of that. Right. Out of Lane alone, you got 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 wins. Cowboys, you got a Hall of Fame right guard.
The Eagles are run so much better than the Cowboys. And the Cowboys, you don't win Super Bowls with O-linemen.
Whoa!
You win them with it.
You think 3 O-line...
You win them in the trenches, O-line, D-line.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is that the overall franchise of the Philadelphia Eagles, every single aspect of it is run better than the Cowboys.
Of course.
And so you can't just have 3 Hall of Fame O-linemen or 2 Hall of Fame and 1 Ring of Honor and expect to win because they have so many other issues.
It's just depressing to me as somebody born in Dallas who's like you know, Jay, and like you know as a Q, like, it's you build it in the trenches.
Yeah.
And you got some of the greatest players to ever play the position for that franchise at the same time. Back-to-back draft classes. I think Tyron Smith was 2010. Yeah. Then I think Zack Martin was like 2011.
A bunch of years
ago. Back-to-back draft classes, and you get nothing from it. That's just what hurts me. I think Zack Martin closer to 2013. But anyway, Chase, looking at the whole Cowboys offseason, you think they're in trouble already?
Trouble is a very difficult word. It's like, how do you describe trouble? For me, it's like if you don't have a quarterback. At least for me, the Cowboys have a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Okay. He's shown last year he can play healthy at an MVP-type level. He was second MVP voting. Now, I don't love that they have no cap space. I don't love that Zack Martin, who will walk into the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest guards of all time. Dude had more All-Pros than holding penalties in his career. More All-Pros than holding penalties, which is crazy to me, right? That sounds stupid. And then you might have 3 guys, which has never been done, making over $30 million a year if Micah Parsons gets a new deal. Do you trade him? Do you not? Look, I didn't love the head coaching hire with Brian Schottenheimer. I think I've made that abundantly clear. But when you're not even the second best team in your own division, you have the Eagles, and you have the Commanders, and then you have the Cowboys. You're going to have to win 12 games to make a wild card, and you won't even win your division based on how this thing went this year. So I wouldn't go as far as saying they're in trouble because they do have a quarterback. I think with Dak, and I think Brian Schottenheimer is going to get the best out of him because he's been with Dak. I think that's going to be good, but you got to pay Micah, and then you don't have cap space. You got to knock free agency and the draft out of the park. If they don't, and if they sit back and do nothing in free agency, and if they draft another offensive lineman who's just going to plug and play, they need playmakers right now. If they don't do that, then come season, I'll say they're in trouble.
That's not like trouble.
Trouble's a big.
I'm sitting here like thinking.
Trouble's a big word.
Y'all hearing what he's saying?
He said they weren't in trouble. Then he gave you all the reasons why they weren't in trouble.
Listen, I'm going to just keep it honest with y'all.
They got to knock it out of the park.
Listen,
sound like trouble.
Listen, they in big trouble, right? I mean, they in the offseason, right? They didn't sign Michael Parsons. They talking about they might trade him, which sounds crazy. Then we got the quarterback, because you think he's pretty good.
I do.
And the regular season is great.
Top 10.
Right. But they get in the playoffs, you can't find him, and he's up there talking about him and the Eagles and all this craziness when we won the Super Bowl. You know, I'm going to give you this real quick, man. Don't look it over yet. Don't spin it over yet. Just hold it. Right now, I gave y'all these cards, right? Y'all keep talking about all the other reasons why they in trouble. They not in trouble. This is the main reason why they in trouble. Show the camera, please. What number is this? Can you see? Can y'all see? Look hard. I don't know if you can see. That's number 4. Now, who got number 4 in the Cowboys?
Dak Prescott.
Huh? Dak Prescott. As long as Dak Prescott is the quarterback.
Say that. There's no way.
Do you watch him in the playoffs?
You think if they go and get another quarterback, that this quarterback's going to be the answer for the Cowboys?
Yo. Now, that's something I can't answer, because I don't know that. I don't know that. But what I do know, what we all do know, is in the playoffs, when we watch number 4, the card you had in your hands, what's he do, Chase?
I get that.
But would you rather have a
quarterback play at an MVP level?
This your show? Now answer the question.
He threw 2 interceptions in the biggest game of his career.
Which time? Because he did it a couple times.
Green Bay Packers game.
Oh, I thought you were going back to the game when they played the Niners.
Nope,
Okay,
that's out of my memory.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Green Bay.
So every time they go to playoffs, right? No matter how good he plays in the regular season, he always chokes up in the big games.
What about the defense?
I watched when, because everybody say, what about the roster? Well, hold up, let's talk about it. The 2 times they were really, really good, they lost to the Packers, a super inexperienced Packers team. At home. When it was like a 14-game winning streak at home. Okay, got smoked. He threw picks and pick sixes all type the whole game. Then the year before that, against the Niners. When the Niners was big and bad, and so was the Cowboys big and bad.
Yeah.
They was averaging 30 points a game, the Niners was.
Yeah.
They played the Cowboys, they shut them down.
They did.
The only time they got points is when Dak was throwing picks. So when I talk about this thing, it's nothing against Dak Prescott, but as I watch these games, it's like playing a game with him, and I won't even get to talking to his teammates about it, but playing a game, I watch the regular season, he plays very well. And to get to the playoffs, it's like he's not even the same guy.
If you take Dak Prescott off the Cowboys, who are you going to plug in there to even get to the playoffs? No, who? Because we have a quarterback problem in the league. Who else are you going to plug in? Every other good quarterback's taken. You're going to go and sign Sam Darnold?
But I'm just saying, it's been quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield has took his team to the playoffs.
In a horrible division.
Sam Darnold has took his team to the playoffs. It's been
1 year.
quarterbacks that is not.
Jordan Love takes the playoffs after Aaron Rodgers leaves.
I'm just saying, it's been quarterbacks that's not as good as Dak Prescott take their teams to the playoffs. The Cowboys is in big trouble.
Big trouble.
All y'all?
So no, but I'm just saying, let's just sit here and talk about it, right? You believe in the head coach?
No.
No. So we got a head coach that we don't believe in going into the offseason, right?
I don't know.
We don't know, but going off of him not being proven, we don't believe in the head coach. We got a quarterback in the biggest moments we don't believe in, coming off of injury, and you just lost a Hall of Fame guard that we got to replace. We have 0 run game. We have 0 number 2 receiver. We talking about trading our best player on our football team in Micah Parsons. If we do keep him, he gonna make $40 million, so we probably gonna have to release some other dudes that's gonna help us either on defense or offense. Our defense wasn't good last year. DeMarcus Lawrence is not there. He's
been hurt.
We talking about not in trouble? If I'm a Cowboys fan or a Cowboys player, I'm not walking into the locker room as a player saying this is our chance to go win a Super Bowl. Last couple years with our rosters and all that,
that's a good point.
Yeah, we got a chance.
That's a good point.
I'm not walking in there saying we got a chance this year. As a fan, I'm not excited knowing we got all these problems going on.
For the Cowboys for you?
The ceiling for the Cowboys to me is 8-9 games.
Wow.
8-9 games. Where are you getting the wins from? You got to play the Commanders twice. You got to play the Eagles
the defending
twice.
champs.
Where's the wins coming from?
Brian Schottenheimer, if you that's maybe the hiring of the
It's bigger than him though. Because one thing about him
no
is
coach has been able to win a championship since.
One thing about the coach though, because we keep talking about him because he's not a big name, but we don't know what he could be. When Nick Sirianni came to the Eagles, everybody was like, oh my God, we got this.
Correct.
We didn't know, and now
He was a young dude with a lot. What's the difference?
Schottenheimer's
been there forever.
But we didn't know.
He wasn't.
We didn't know. But what we do know is that the quarterback for the Cowboys, when the game was on the line and we in the playoffs, what's he do, Chase? Because you look, choke. That's what we do know. So we talk about this issue. Let's start with him. I don't want to talk about all these other pieces. We don't know about them. What we do know is that the quarterback can't get it done.
But
why we keep going back? That's my thing. Is like he showed you over and over again that he can't get it done, and we just keep going back to him.
But that's why it's trouble too, because he couldn't get it done with a bunch of talent.
Yeah. Now it's lesser.
So now it's lesser talent, not an offensive-minded guru head coach that he's having out there to design a bunch of stuff. At least we don't know yet, because we don't know what he's gonna bring. But we can't expect him to go out there and do it if you can't do it with a bunch of talent.
I think they're closer to a rebuild than a Super Bowl. I know we talked about this on Valentine's Day, but it's true. Like, at what point, and it sounds crazy, you might have to trade Micah, but are you going to pay him $100 million over
Micah Parsons?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's why they're floating it, because maybe you can go get 3 or 4 other legitimate, not star players obviously, but legit players in skill positions that you might go. And it's like your hamstring between Micah, between Dak, and between CD. You're going to be paying those 3 guys, if they extend Micah, 50% almost of the salary cap. 50%. Their 3 salaries alone is 50% of the salary. How do you build a team like that?
Well, they do draft well.
And they do, but how many rookies can come in and be impact players right away? There's a few, but golly.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.